Hold on to your buckets. This one's taking us straight back 10 years ago. What we're talking about today is Lena Dunham. Now, there was a popular show that was called Girls. This is kind of how Adam Driver rose to prominence, rose to fame, was starting out on that show. And then he obviously went on to play Kylo Ren. He went on to play with Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story, which is actually a very good movie. There's something, though, that Lena Dunham is known for, and that is the Me Too movement. And it seems like she's doing it again well after the fact. This seems to be a trend. Are they trying to resurge this stuff? A resurgence? I don't know. Let's go into this real quick before we go into it. If you guys like anything that you see here on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. While I flub over my words, let's not waste any more time while I invite other people rather than presenting the screen, because that's how we do. We are highly organized and professional. Lena Dunham says that Adam Driver was verbally aggressive on the girls' set, hurled me around during first sex scene, and threw a chair at the wall next to me in rehearsal. Now, have you seen the way this girl looks? I think anybody would, especially when even if they're getting paid to do it, they're still going to want to do that. They're being verbally aggressive, probably because she's a dumb bent, especially after all the allegations. She had regretful sex, therefore she was raped. This is not a lie. This is something that Lena Dunham actually did. This is one of those things. She tried to lash on the Me Too movement. And we actually talked about it the other day where someone else was talking about, Ruby Rose was talking about 20 years ago, Katy Perry sexually assaulted her. They're trying to have a resurgence of this because they have nothing else going on in their lives, because they have no talent, because nobody wants them. Gray, guess what? I mean, you're trying to be a pick-me for a little bit of money because your funds are running short. And like I said with Ruby Rose, she's sleeping in the back of her car. That's what Lena Dunham looks like now. Now, back then, she was a little bit skinnier. Adam Driver basically looks the exact same. Also, he's a great actor, and she's just something else. In her new memoir, Fame Sick, she needs to write a memoir. You're a nobody. You never were really anybody. You had your fucking flash in the pan for about 4 years, and then you completely ruined that. Lena Dunham reflects on her hit show Girls and the complex relationship she had with co-star Adam Driver, both on and off set. Well, I'm sure you're an insufferable cunt. From everything that we've seen throughout the years, throughout this past decade, all that we have seen from you is you are an insufferable cunt. And you probably didn't know your lines. You probably didn't know your marks. I know you're going to talk about this earlier on here. Girls, which ran on HBO from 2012 to 2017. You had a 5-year run. Good for you. Good for you. Somebody cue Christian Bale with this. Starred Dunham as the self-centered, okay, so not much character going on right there, just play yourself, yet oddly charming, I doubt it, writer Hannah Horvath, and Driver as her toxic on-again, off-again boyfriend, also named Adam. Pay attention to those words. Toxic on-again, off-again boyfriend. So when it came to sex scenes, there's something where he's actually acting the way the character is supposed to be written, the way the character is written. Things got off to a rocky start during the filming of the first season, with Dunham claiming her careful blocking went out the window and he hurled me this way and that. He's supposed to be a toxic on-again, off-again boyfriend during their first sex scene. Yeah, some girls like it rough. And if you, oh my gosh, has this bitch ever been in an actual relationship? You always have a safe word for one. Ours is Ferris wheel. But yeah, sometimes things get a little bit hot and heavy, and sometimes you just like to take it slow. You don't always have to fuck her hard. Sometimes you fuck her gently. Stunned, I couldn't speak for a moment, unsure of what had happened. Aren't you writing and directing this thing? Had I lost directorial authority, allowed the scene to go off the rails, not given proper instructions? Or did you just think that it was just a fantasy? It was a fanfic in your head. And when someone actually came in with talent and they was like, this will actually, this will actually emote. This will actually hit the audiences, and they will feel like the toxicity of this person in this relationship they have chosen to go into. No, you weren't even thinking about that, because your tiny, minuscule, minute brain cannot comprehend it. Allowed the scene to go off the rails, not given proper instructions. Well, I guess this was before intimacy coordinators, but you're the director, bitch. That's what the director's supposed to do. It wasn't that I felt violated. Yeah, so I guarantee he didn't want to touch you. It was just a paycheck. And I also wouldn't know if I had, as there was little in my sexual life that I hadn't allowed to happen, and for no pay. She's getting wrung out on all sides. Golly, I'm pretty sure most of them are black because nobody has found that girl attractive. But I felt that something intimate, confusing, and primal had played out in a scenario I was meant to control. Toxic boyfriend. Confusing, primal, intimate, all at the same time. You wrote him as a toxic person, and then you're just flabbergasted whenever the actor actually has like the skill and the talent to portray that on screen in a way that will evoke emotions from the audience. Yeah, you're out of your depth, little bitch. She also writes that Driver walked out of the room after she showed him the pilot episode and didn't answer any of my calls for the next 3 weeks. Maybe he was busy. Or maybe you're just a nagger. People who annoy you. When he finally called, Dunham was sure he was going to quit the show, but instead he admitted that he rushed out because he hates watching himself. Hey, everyone has a stepping stone. You think that I started out whenever I first started doing YouTube? You think that I started out everything in like one take? Hell no. It would take me like an hour and a half to edit a 10-minute video because I was so unsure of myself, because this is going out to the public. This is going out to the whole fucking world. Anybody who wants to see it can see it. Yeah, it takes practice. And you have to get used to the sound of your own voice. You have to get used to like the facial mannerisms that you use. You have to get used to all that shit. And Adam Driver was a young actor at the time. So I don't see why she's kind of like knocking him for that. But I guess it's just anything so she can step up there. Little step stool. Maybe she should get a step stool to a calorie burner. After Girls was picked up, Dunham's anxiety increased as she faced the pressures of running a TV show at just 24 years old. Horrible decision, even though the show actually did garner some accolades. When it was time to shoot the final episode, she reveals that she disassociated to deal with the stress. Well, what does that mean? Let's go to her words. I mean, at work, I found it was hard to act or direct when I wasn't, in fact, a person. So you're never a person. It's hard to act when you're not a person. Okay, so what do you identify as now, Lena? Do you identify as Ditto from Pokemon? Do you identify as the Blob? I wondered if everyone on set could tell that an alien had replaced me. I wondered if my scene partners could feel how barely human I was. You do not have human thoughts. You do not have human emotions. This is very blatantly apparent with what you're just saying right now. You are worth fuck all. You just stumbled into something that was good for a little bit. Hey, guess what? You can feel good about yourself because you skyrocketed Adam Driver's career, the only professional one on set. Good for you. You know, it's easy to look good when everyone else is such shit, and you are such shit. She then recalls one instance with Driver where he grew frustrated with her for forgetting her lines during rehearsal and alleges he hurled a chair at the wall next to me. Well, maybe you should remember your lines. I mean, didn't you write the lines? You stupid bent. You wrote the lines and you're forgetting your lines. Other people are giving emotive performances and you just can't remember your lines. Oh, tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee. I know I just hit my microphone, but you know what? I'm going to keep that in anyway. Chew some more bubble gum. At least it'll make your jawline a little bit more palatable to the male gaze. Because we definitely know that once the lights turns off and you're bent over the other way, it's just going to be like, hey, here's a wad of chewed up double bubble. I remember doing a fight scene with Adam and how scary it was to meet someone so totally present with such absence. Late one night, as we practiced lines in my trailer, I found that mine were suddenly gone. Wait, your lines? I knew I'd written them. This bitch right here. All that came out was a stammer until finally Adam screamed, fucking say something. Wake the fuck up. I'm sick of watching you just stare. Now, pay attention to the context of this. They're supposed to be doing a fight scene. She can't remember her lines. She's pretending like she's scared. And so what does he do? It's a fight scene with a toxic boyfriend, on again, off again boyfriend, a toxic one, according to her. And so he throws a chair, not at her, at the wall, and starts yelling, just like a toxic relationship would be. It's almost like he knows how to fucking act, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Lena. You're not cut out for it, okay? Go wash dishes, go bust tables. That's the only thing you're good for. You know, maybe if you're lucky, you could be Arnold Schwarzenegger's maid. I just can't stand people in Hollywood, they get thrown all of this kind of money and then they don't actually know the art of acting. There actually is an art to acting, believe it or not. Adam Driver is one of the good ones. If you guys have anything you'd like to say, leave it down in the comment section below. This is Multi from Mouth to Multi. We will have a live stream later on tonight, Tuesday daily, 7:45 p.m. We hope to see you there. Bye.